In every given arena, you have superstars that shine brighter and draw more attention than their peers. In the arena of numismatics, you have the 1804 dollar, the brasher doubloon, and coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1894 S dime. If these were ancient warriors, they would be Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Caesar, or the 300 of Thermopylae. Legends. All. But the thing about legends, especially if the story is told and retold long enough, it becomes difficult to separate the historic fact from, well, hype. And make no mistake, the 1822 Half Eagle is a legend, having well and long since earned its place in the pantheon of American numismatics. But it doesn't quite have the same sense of awe surrounding it as some of the other coins mentioned earlier, despite the fact that the 1822 Half Eagle is by far the scarcer of these, with the 1804 dollar having 15 known examples, and the same number applying to the 1913 Liberty Head nickel and the 1894 S barber dime having a surviving population of 9 coins today. Moving from that, a whole 7 genuine examples of the brasher doubloon being known. But the 1822 Half Eagle, by comparison, only has 3 known coins that still exist. 3. That's it. And of that trio, only a single coin is available to collect, as the other 2 coins are curated as a part of the National Numismatic Collection in the Smithsonian, and as such will never appear on the market ever again. As Louis Eliasberg so correctly said in 1975 when talking about this same coin, I have the only one not in the hands of the government. But why is this coin so incredibly rare? There is no holy grail document or mint record that reveals why the entire production of this coin managed to seemingly disappear en masse. The agreed upon mintage figure certainly doesn't betray any of its secrets either, while 17,796 coins isn't exactly a deluge either. It is fairly in line with the normal mintage figures for this era, and with the average survival rate for coins similar to this hovering at or below 1%, there should logically still be at least 1 to 200 of these coins known today, not just 3. But as we know by now, mintage figures, especially during the Mint's early history, don't always tell the complete story. According to the records of the Assay Commission, 17,796 Half Eagles that were minted during 1822 were delivered to the treasurer in 7 separate deliveries between March of 1822 and January of 1823. Of those, 21 coins were delivered to the Assay Commission itself to be tested for fineness and weight. So then, it is not at all possible either that the entire mintage went to a single depositor, as has been speculated with other similarly rare coins, or that for whatever reason nearly the entire mintage met the melting pot. But as we know today, thanks to detailed die studies and other supporting research, just because a coin was minted in a given year, that doesn't automatically mean that it bore the date of that same year. In those early decades, coining dies were costly to produce, and their working lifespans were unpredictable at best. It could suffer a catastrophic break at any moment, or simply keep striking coins until it was worn to a near nub, which would mean that the mint would keep a die in service as long as they could, even if it was a die from the previous year. For the reverse, of course, this is no problem at all, as there's nothing to distinguish one year from another, but the obverse is another matter altogether, as it does bear the date. And if the dies of 1821 were still good to go, then the mint would have kept using them, despite the fact that they now had technically the wrong date on them. It just simply was not a top priority at that time. In fact, John Danruther goes one step further still. In his research, he suggests that potentially none of the half eagles delivered in 1822 were actually dated 1822. The dice date of the known coins leaves open the possibility that these may even have been minted at a later date, after the coins of 1823 or even 1824, which could account for the rarity of the coin. If only a small handful of the coins were minted at a later date to try and keep up with demand, or to replace an obverse die that broke suddenly, as not to halt production altogether, which could in turn account for the minuscule surviving population of the 1822 half-eagle today. And as already mentioned, that population consists exactly of 3 coins. The Mint Cabinet example, which has been in the Mint Cabinet collection, today known as the National Numismatic Collection, since the first half of the 19th century already. Then there is the Lily example, which is also held in the Smithsonian since it was donated to that institution in 1968. And then there is the current coin, today known as the Pogue example, as it comes from the D. Brent Pogue collection, but was formerly in the collections of both Louis Eliasberg as well as Virgil Brand. That's 3 major collections in the past 115 years. Who knows when the next time might be that this coin will again appear on the market. Today, it is graded by PCGS as AU50. When it last sold at auction in 1982, it raised a then record amount of $687,000. In March of 2021, it was again the headline attraction, once again at the Stack's Bowers Rarities Night, when this legendary coin sold for $8,400,000. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.